You will hear from some politicians that funding for Arizona public schools is just fine now because of the so-called 20 by 2020 plan that the governor hastily put forward as we and our colleagues and our supporters around the state rallied for action last spring. But let's review what has happened since the legislature adjourned in May. The legislature's own budget office has reported that total state spending per student is still down by 13% since 2008. So compared to 1 decade ago, each of our students gets $766 less than they used to get. The American School Counselor Association has identified Arizona as the worst state with the worst ratio of students to school counselors, an outrageous 903 students average per counselor. It's crazy. The Arizona Community Foundation has commissioned a boatload of research to examine the trends in our school funding and what are the driving forces. And they report that Arizona's funding commitment is lower than other states like us, lower than other conservative states, lower than other states with economies the size of ours. We are behind. So, the story cannot end here. And Children's Action Alliance and supporters across this state are still invested. We are still invested in getting a permanent, dedicated funding source for our public schools. So what are we doing? Between now and Election Day, we're connecting voters and candidates. We're giving voters the tools they need to ask the bottom line questions and get the bottom line commitment about funding public schools before they vote. We are joining with many partners here and other partners across the state in sponsoring candidate debates focused solely on funding for public schools. And we are at the table right now writing the next funding plan that we will bring to our new legislature after the election and demand action. We are still invested.
All right.